Now this game was interesting. Take your standard RPG experience, boil it down to its basic aspects, make everything turn-based, then have a heavy focus on resource management. Oh yeah, and permadeath. This is what you get in Dragonward. To explain the game, let's take it bit by bit. So your movement is reduced down to a road with 5 lanes and 3 directions are available. Diagonal left, diagonal right, and straight up. There's no turning back in this adventure. Each move takes up power, and if you let it reach 0, game over. Replenishing power comes from food bags, which you can buy at a shop, or make yourself if you have 3 raw meats you can randomly get from certain enemies. I do love me some food bags. Along with that, you must manage your toughness, which serves 2 purposes. 1, it's your health, and 2, it's your attack stat as well. If an enemy has 2 hearts above it, you must have 2 toughness to defeat it. Replenishing this comes from water vials, which can be purchased from stores or found on these question mark tiles. A board game influence is introduced here, as stepping on one triggers a special event which you must choose what to do. Certain choices may bring certain rewards. Finally are the dungeons, which when you acquire dungeon keys you can enter to fight tougher monsters, dodge traps, and find tomes of power, which when cashed in at homes outside the dungeon, let you level up your toughness or power. And this is the main cycle gameplay for the rest of the game. At first I floundered around on my first attempts as I got a hang of the rules and mechanics. Here's a tip, click custom game, as that gives you the tutorial, whereas quick play does not. I didn't realize this at first. But after 3 attempts, I learned it. Dragonward starts out difficult and tense as you pick your movement strategically lest you waste your precious resources, but soon settles into a nice rhythm once you get to the next major area. At this point you know how to manage resources effectively, and this creates a groove of fighting, restocking, and using items when needed. The 2 problems I had with Dragonward was its lag and balance. Throughout the game I experienced lag in my movements, which led to a few misclicks, but since it's a turn-based game, it is mostly forgivable, outside of some eye strain brought on by it. Next is that once you get to the next major area, you can always travel back to previous areas, where items are cheaper. There's nothing stopping you from gathering a lot of gold in later areas, then trekking back to the starting area to stock up on cheap items. By this point, the player is near the end and already a powerhouse, so I guess it can serve as an effective means of speeding up the end game, but sadly makes the difficulty non-existent. For a 3-hour game, I enjoyed Dragonward for its simplicity. From booting it up, I didn't stop playing until I finished the game 3 hours later, and outside the problems I had, it gave me an interesting take on the RPG genre. By taking traditional RPG mechanics and streamlining them, Dragonward is a game that turns those long grinds into an accessible, bite-sized adventure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon like these fine people. At the $5 or more tier, you too can have your name up here. Anyways, here are some other videos I made. My last review was the horror game Bon Bon. Maybe you'd like that. Or perhaps you'd like my story deep dive of Noctropolis, a comic-inspired point-and-click adventure game. If neither of these pique your interest, click on my channel icon to see more of my videos. That's all I had to say, so see you around.